What's good, everyone? My name is Squash Gonzalez, and I made a M.U.G.E.N. It's pretty fun. Well, M.U.G.E.N is pretty fun in fighting games, kicking ass, taking names, with fun names too. So I'm gonna show a few examples of some fights later. We're gonna see some examples of my stages and some music that I chose for them. And we're gonna see a nice little tutorial on, like, not a tutorial, but just me building a M.U.G.E.N. And we're gonna go into the little informations and all that, some fun stuff. But first, let's talk about this, my M.U.G.E.N. I've been testing a lot of AIs just to get a good set of characters, and I can't fill this entire list with a good set of characters. I'm always finding something ridiculous, like the 4th and 5th palettes of a specific character break the game. Okay, maybe not exactly that instance, but it's like just some, I figure out some stupid shit, man. Their 1-bar ultimate does 75% damage. Stuff like that. The AI is too is too panicky, I guess is a good way to put it. You have Yamcha here, who, yeah, he's dishing out a lot of the same moves and all that, but there's like reason behind everything he's doing. Like, he got some distance so he can get out his spirit ball, which is a shitty attack. Okay, that was wicked, dude. I don't know why you gotta do this while I'm fucking talking about you. Ugh. Goofy ass Yamcha. Oof. It wouldn't be too bad if I could actually get my attacks out. So because the positives and having a M.U.G.E.N around are so obvious, I'm going to instead focus on the negatives. So there's a website called MUGEN Archive. That's where you would find all the good stuff, everything that you need to get by in life. That website is complete dick. It's not even for lack of a better term thing. It's just an awful experience, man. So to download these characters and set this entire thing up, it took me a month. It took me a month at least. Awesome Vegeta. We'll use SSJ Vegeta. Shit. Who did I choose? I remember. So you have to create an account to gain access to this stuff. Already right there, big fuck you to any newcomers. Hey, you don't have an email? You don't need to play M.U.G.E.N. Get out of here. Coming over here without an email. Fucking idiot. Lucia. Oh, I know who else. Naruto. We'll throw in a Potts character. Lele's cool. Of course, we need the big boy at the end. take it to the Bridge of Destiny. Yeah. And they don't care if you're an artist either. Email. Stat. And by the way, you can't create multiple accounts. I would stray away from doing that. Pretty sure they check IPs. So once you create an account, you get access to limited bandwidth. I've never even heard of that. You get like 30 downloads a day. It's an arbitrary number. That might not be exactly it. I don't know what it is. But you get 30 downloads a day, 24 hours until you upgrade your account. You start off as a lurker, and then you want to move up to the next tier, which is new challenger or something like that. I don't know, man. I'm not really invested in it. So the real problem with this is that there's incentive to do things that aren't honest. There's incentive to mass like a bunch of posts that you've never downloaded, because then you get access to more M.U.G.E.N content. And there's also incentive to upload ass. There's no description is required, by the way. And many, quote, artists, unquote, got into this weird habit of uploading others' work from others' websites. It's my opinion that begging for website interactions is the source of the many re-uploads you have to wade through to get to the good stuff. Of course, I'm talking about one site. There are other sites that do their own annoying stuff, so it's unfair to focus on the one. I will say though, the thing that cracked me up most about this was this line that I read. I'm sort of paraphrasing it for the joke, but it goes, MUGEN Archive isn't an archive, it's a community. Moving on, my main gripe with M.U.G.E.N stems from the character's AI. The art can vary, sure, but I know that's a taste thing. What's objectively true is the fact that many characters available to us are just straight up broken. It's uncommon to find a character that can make for a decent / fun challenge or addition for one's own M.U.G.E.N. Check it. Some characters have minimal to no recovery frames to their moves, paired alongside a wicked fast reaction time / frequency to their AI. I think it's reaction speed at the rate my computer calculates calculations, or at least somewhat close. I'm not so fast. I don't know though. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe it is canon that Link from Legend of Zelda can fill a screen with 7 boomerangs before one recovers from knockback. It's my fault my parry failed when an AI in the middle of a massive barrage of attacks stops attacking. At that moment, isn't even blocking, waits for the parry to end, and begins attacking immediately on the parry ending frames. I'm the asshole. Seriously though, the gaslighting I do see happen on some of these websites is kind of sickening. Just learn how to mess with the files. Some of these marbleheads who end up responding to you are brain dead, my dude. Just learn how to mess with the files. Anyways, some characters have cheat behavior on the AI, which is noted nowhere in their description or in a README file. You actually have to know how to read the files to figure this out sometimes. One character I downloaded recently would actually null their hitboxes in a frequency proportionate to the difference between her and her opponent's HP, as well as when her HP reaches a certain point. Majin Vegeta was able to beat her though. She also had behaviors that nulled her hitboxes when she was up against very specific opponents, like the Orochis. Mind you, she's from an entirely different game from those characters. Some very seemingly vindictive stuff right there. Outside of the AI, there's gonna be the obvious bad shit, which is just personal opinion, I guess. Some stuff I disagree with are the characters who have ultimates that do damage disproportionate to the standard damage they do. Like a 75% from a 1 bar attack, when their attack is set at the standard 100 in the death file, for example. Costless combo starters is another example, sometimes with invincibility frames, or the parries with that exact behavior. Unblockable screen-wide attacks is another thing. Jiren grabbing you from a grounded state when he's increasing the amount of time that you're grounded after knockback, that's another thing, but it's manageable stuff. You get a nice little spectrum of stuff like that. I found that the spectrum that you want to work with is just about on the cusp of broken all the way to almost brain dead. That's your spectrum that you want to get for characters. So I think most people dislike these things, but if future artists can just stray away from those negativities that I mentioned, at least for me, it would make me happy. Some things I recommend now are the stages by Doom. Also this stage that we just saw. Kind of a neat stage that they had going on there. Forget the name. The Bridge of Destiny. The Tekken Tag characters are pretty awesome. They have to be Tekken Tag. Z2 DBZ fighters, very fast. You get some pretty good action there with those characters. The characters from King of Fighters Anthology, they're all balanced proportionately to each other, and there's what, like 500 or something characters in that one. The CVS or POT style characters, those are really good, usually really good. The AI is very difficult, but it's not difficult to the point where, I don't know, man. It's like the POTS AIs, they're really good, but they're manageably good. Maybe you'll understand better when you see some of the examples that I have to offer. So we talked about the AI, we talked about the characters a bit. The stages, they were personally chosen by me. Out of thousands, I personally chose the absolute best. The music, I was able to find that from different M.U.G.E.Ns. M.U.G.E.N King of Fighters Memorial Edition or something like that is one. A lot of the other songs that I got were from Zophar's domain. It's Z. I'll put a link down in the comments. That's where I get a lot of my music, actually. And this game is using a screen pack to look good. That's what the Mugen Fighting Jam HD version is all about. So this screen pack, it adds the, like, this whole menu screen, the title sequence, the whole Capcom thing. It gives it the music and the life bars and player select, which is kind of cool. The neat player select thing it's got going on. I'll be honest, I kind of settled for this one because I was so appealed with the look of it. I saw a lot of previews of other Mugen screen packs, and this one, I don't know. This one to me just kind of takes the cake. But keep an eye out, because your screen pack doesn't have to look like this. They vary wildly, so they're kind of worth looking into. That's the only part I didn't really worry about. The actual look of the game. I was too busy worrying about the characters. I haven't really tried out any of these other game options because I've been focusing more on the team arcade. And I think that's the fun part that I found here with this Mugen, is going in with the team arcade. I go in with my 4 characters. I usually use Alice, Athena, Ayane, and Samus down here. Alice is, I don't know, I guess I'll just talk about the characters, I guess, just right quick. She's, she has no combo potential, but she has really good tech picks and super quick attacks. Also, she has a command dodge, like a standing dodge, and that's really useful to grab opponents that are just too aggressive, like AIs that are just trying to slap me around. They get too close. They get a handling of the Carol, the Alice Carol. And then if they're too much for Alice, they have to contend with Athena, literal celebrity. I almost said God, but no, she's a celebrity in her universe. Ridiculous projectiles, ridiculous power in her attacks. I think she's overpowered, but her stats are just fine, so I don't know. We'll leave them as it is. Ayane, ridiculously broken because I figured out an infinite with her, but she also has like just really cool attacks, and I like the Dead or Alive series. That's a pretty good game. You play the one for Dreamcast. I think it's like 3 or 4 or something. That one's really fucking good. And if you do, you gotta pick the it's like Ayane like murdered her mom or something. That's why I love Ayane, but I wish the other character was in there. What's her name? Some blonde woman. She uses like Pigua or something like that. Why do I know that? Why do I know her fighting style? I don't know her name. Samus is the projectiles person, but she also has a morph ball attack, which is really awesome to use. It feels amazing to use, actually. That's probably the only thing that I use with Samus, but I'll toss in other stuff as a garnish, you know? Her main thing is the morph ball with me, though. It comes out immediately, and also she uses a dodge when she uses it. So it's like the morph ball comes out and she dodges backwards, and that's the attack. That's the main attack I use. The AI, they're so stupid. They can't handle that. So that's my M.U.G.E.N. It's not hard to set up, it's just tedious. And you gotta learn a little bit of stuff, like reading dev files and changing dev files and learning how to mess with the character select and all that. But the engine's already made up, and there's really not much else to worry about other than choosing your characters, putting them on the list, and making sure you have a place for them to fight, with some badass fucking music to go along with that. So, I'm gonna show all of that. Let's get right into that. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and set up a M.U.G.E.N. But how do you set up a M.U.G.E.N, Squashwa? Well, it's super easy. First off, you want to pick off a M.U.G.E.N that you want to use. Generally, the decision of which M.U.G.E.N you decide on depends on which screen pack and which characters you want to go with. Because specific characters and specific screen packs only work for specific M.U.G.E.Ns. We're just going to go ahead and download M.U.G.E.N 1.1 because the M.U.G.E.N Mega Mix Black Edition, which is the screen pack that we're going to work with, actually sort of requires you to use the 1.1. I'll show you right here. Bam! This one also requires a little bit of a fix. We're going to go into the files and we're going to mess around with that. It's going to be a nice little additional tutorial for this that we got going on here. Squgen. Okay, so we got a place for our Squgen. I guess that's what we're going to call it. The characters that we're going to work with are in here, as well as everything else. We have 3 characters: Goku, Heart and Heart, and Lucifer. We have 2 songs. I use these in my M.U.G.E.N, the one that I have already set up. And then we have 2 levels, and then we have the system.define file, so that I don't have to go into the M.U.G.E.N Mega Mix Black Edition and edit every single line out that I need to edit out. We're just gonna go in, erase one line. There's like 4 different areas you actually have to go to, though. And then here we have M.U.G.E.N 1.1. The process is standard, as we all know. There's no other process here. We're going to go ahead and take all of the contents of M.U.G.E.N 1.1 and extract them to our Squgen folder. And actually, we're going to get rid of this. Cool. So we have the contents of M.U.G.E.N 1.1 all within Squgen. We have some peripherals here, I guess, some extra programs. We won't get into that. If you're looking to dev M.U.G.E.N stuff, you want to create your own characters and stuff like that, you're gonna have to learn how to work with those. There's two actual programs that we do want to talk about, and we'll get to those in a minute. First, let's go ahead and set up the characters. Actually, we're gonna start this. We'll see what this looks like first. Press F1 to continue. And there we go. We've got M.U.G.E.N in all of its glory. I'm gonna set up an input configuration before we go any further. And we'll save it. You have a high def Kung Fu Man and you have a low def Kung Fu Man. That's what that's about. Oh man, look at all the effects, the shadows, the reflections. This is, oh, the graphics are ridiculous. It almost feels like I'm really there. So there you go. You saw a little matchup between two Kung Fu Mans on the Kung Fu Man stage. We're gonna go ahead and add more characters to that, give it some life. We have 3 characters: Goku, Heart and Heart, and Lucifer, as I've said before. Now, to add these characters into the game, you could use one of those programs I was going to mention, but we aren't there yet. We don't know how to add these characters to the game yet then. So here's what you do. You go into select that definition, and you go into where, this is all extra code here. Something that'll help you understand what these semicolons are for. Anything before or after a semicolon, the game will not read it. So the game has no idea that insert your characters below. Has no idea that that's located right there. So if you want something to no longer exist within the game, you go ahead, you add a semicolon, and you're good to go. Now we will no longer see the old version of Kung Fu Man in our game. What we do want to see, though, is actually the characters that we added. As you can see here, there's no .define thing to denote the actual character file that we want to open. It's because the game already knows what to look for. It wants to look for a define file with the same name as the actual folder that it's in. So we want to find a define file with the name of Goku Z2. That's easy enough. That's what we want to type in. That's what we want the game to look for. We want him to look for Lucifer and Heart and Heart. Actually, let's check this Heart and Heart to make sure. Yeah. So you could add parameters to these characters, and it'll add different behavior based on what you want them to do. Obviously. It's not character behavior, though. It's more like you can get them to start in a specific stage, or for a specific song to play as if it's a theme song. You go ahead, you figure all that stuff out for yourself. It's a nice learning experience, but it's not too difficult. It just requires just adding a parameter, and that is something that you could do. Down here, we could add stages for the game. Now that we added our characters, we'll show you that in a second. We want a place for them to fight on. Don't worry about that now. You go into stages, and you just transfer over the stages that you downloaded. Usually, it's just a define file and an SFF file. I don't know what to do with anything that contains more. Hopefully you can figure that out for yourselves. We need 2 songs because we have 2 stages. We gotta have a song for every stage. It's gotta switch it up, man. We gotta keep things original. Perfect. So we have our 2 stages added to our files. Now we want to make sure the game is able to read them, just like our characters. We go into select.define and go ahead and add those. These actually need the file name, the actual path. The game doesn't understand stages yet, I guess. I don't know. Very simple. You just add the path to the define file. We'll just copy it. Okay. So the changes that we made, we're gonna summarize them. We got rid of Kung Fu Man by adding a semicolon to his name. We added 3 characters, Goku, Heart and Heart, and Lucifer. We added 2 stages with their own music. We're gonna head into the stages, make sure that the music is located in the right location. Of course, that's important. And bam, we have it. Song 45. Song 36. Fantastic. And now we have to test it. Let's see what that's like. The stages, you're going to need to do this process every time for the stages. Actually go into the files and edit stuff. Not so much with the characters. Did I save it? No. You make sure you save your file too. That's an important step in this process that you need to take. Okay, cool. So we have Kung Fu Man removed. We have Goku, and we have Lucifer, and we have Heart and Heart. Let's see the music for the levels. See if that works out. Mountainside Temple. Training room. Did I forget to add the stages? I did, huh? Nice to get these mistakes while I'm recording it. You need to see the mistakes that you have to deal with. It's not even like a mistake, you know? It's just something that happens. Damn, dude, she's got all those moves and shit. Why do you have to read a paragraph before you start playing a fighting game? Training. A watch. This little watch match between Heart and Heart and Lucifer. I spelled Gato Topper wrong. That's awesome, man. Look at this. I'm getting my ass whooped. Let's make sure that last guy actually works, though. Gato Topo. There he is. Good old Topican. Grew up with Topican. My boy. Whoa, dude. This guy's nuts. So the next step that we have available to us is actually setting up a screen pack. The looks of our M.U.G.E.N. Sometimes the sound too. It comes with music too. And that's what we have this for. It's called M.U.G.E.N Mega Mix Black Edition, and it's by someone named, let's check you out, Devin for president. Oh, dude, you're running? Good luck. So, I guess this one was made for a April Fool's joke, but the joke's on me. This is an actually amazing screen pack. What you actually have to do to use this screen pack effectively is go ahead and edit just a couple files and you'll be good to go. First, let's compare these two M.U.G.E.N files to show you what actually adding a motif is like. By the way, these screen packs, another word for them is motif. So the story with motifs is, you go ahead into the motif section. You find your motif, you find the path, you add the path. That's all you need to do. It's very simple. There might be a little bit more configuration you need to do, but that's it. You make sure your game can find the M.U.G.E.N screen pack, and hopefully the artists, they did a good enough job with their M.U.G.E.N that it works with the M.U.G.E.N that they designed it to work with. Okay. I already have that select dot define. We'll move that over after I show you this. System dot define, rather. So you have to scroll down and you have to find these little sections. This is what they look like, by the way. Semicolon AF, title background, AF1. It's all AF stuff. You know what that stands for, right? I don't have to fucking explain that. I'll explain. You see, AF, it stands for April Fools. And when someone says April Fools, they're specifically referencing a specific day in which the day is used to play pranks on other people. So this is essentially a prank. Haha, prank. They got me. Like I said, they got me very good. Because this ended up being an amazing release. That system.define file that I just transferred over, literally it's just I did all the work already. I went through the file. You have to go through the file, find like 4 or 5 instances. I'm pretty sure it's 4. And just you just erase those. Okay, now I'm wondering, the thing is mapped to. We may have to set up our characters again. Actually, that's going to be useful because I still have just a couple more things to show you in terms of the characters. You're going to love this though. Look at this. What a difference. It's amazing. We're not even playing M.U.G.E.N anymore. It doesn't even recognize my controls. Let's see. Yeah. That's fair.
Round 1. Fight.
Okay. So I'm sure it's the same then. You would have to go into the M.U.G.E.N Mix Black Edition file and edit it. I'm actually not sure how to edit the specifically the, oh, it really is the same, huh? Don't edit this line, leave it alone. Please don't edit this line, leave it alone. Please don't edit this line, leave it alone. Leave this fucking line alone. Alright. So the spots that you saw on screen are all random select. You just replace them with your character. We're not going to do that right now, though. Actually, we are going to do that, but just in a different way. There's this thing called V-Select. Okay? It's the top download on MUGEN Archive. Maybe. I don't know. It's up there. People love it. People love V-Select, man. It is going to take a moment to set up, or to open up, because this one is still mapped to my other MUGEN. It has like 160 characters on board right now. So here we are. This is V-Select for my MUGEN. Nice little click and drag behavior here. Very useful, actually. We're gonna go ahead, open the other MUGEN. I didn't mean to do that. I was gonna try to launch this now. So to change the MUGEN that you're actually using, you go into options, you find the MUGEN executable. You want to look for Squgen. And it's really that simple. Alright, this is gigantic on my screen. It's fine. It's gonna work for now. Want to remove these random selects so that your shit doesn't get all janky. I don't think people really create these packs with V-Select in mind. Because you can fuck this shit up pretty badly. Very easily on V-Select. It's no problem. You just restart. And hopefully you don't hit Control S before you're able to do that. And hopefully you didn't spend an entire hour getting to that point. What, dude? You don't want to save my controls? It's all good. Watch mode. Gee, I wonder who they should fight. Yeah, it's gonna have to be Kung Fu Man, Goku, Lucifer, and Heart and Heart. I know there was so many choices, but it's like, you just gotta go with those characters.
Fight.
Yeah. What a sound effect. I'm pretty sure that's an original character too. Like someone put the effort into creating, making a sound effect that sounds like that for that gentleman. Oh, you don't have the levels? Get out of here with that. You also have to set that up too, huh? I mean, I'll do that as just like a celebratory ending to this. We're gonna go ahead and add Gato Topo and NBC Kuru Kuru Night. Got those on the top of my head. Oh, and we got backwards slashes. The direction doesn't matter, apparently. I'm really good at typing, but for some reason, some combinations of letters are just difficult for me. Like kuru it's like weird to type. I don't know. Definitely a me thing. Oh, dude, I love setting up my controls every single time. Let's just do a quick watch with my arrow key. This is fine. Oh, I see. No, I see what my problem was.
Round one. Fight.
Nice little KFM by the river. Dude, this guy does a sick amount of damage. I thought Jiren was strong. Overpowered. That's a quarter of HP with just a cupping of the balls. That's crazy. So there is one more tool to worry about, or not necessarily worry about, but sometimes you're gonna need to go in and you're gonna need to edit some sprites. I don't want to open this because it takes a shit amount of time to open on my computer. And then it's lightning fast on other people's computers. I don't get what the deal is with that. Fighter Factory, though, is good for changing the pictures in your sprites and changing the pictures that they use in the menus. That's all I've used it for, but that's also the main development tool for the characters. So if you want to make your own character, you learn how to use a Fighter Factory Studio, as well as those other sprite manipulator and sprite maker tools that are available within every single M.U.G.E.N download. Hopefully this is a good video for anyone who has never used a M.U.G.E.N before and wants to get into something that might interest them or is interesting. I'm not going to upload any of this online. It doesn't need to be online because you could actually make all of this stuff yourself, and I think it's more beneficial that you do that yourself as opposed to just downloading something that's already set up. If you do want to download something that's completely already set up, there are many, what do they call them? There are full selected games online that you could download. That's what they're called. M.U.G.E.N Free for All is one location to get them. I mentioned MUGEN Archive before, but they have I don't think they have the actual selected games you could download. I think they only have the characters, like the actual files that are within them. So you gotta go somewhere else to find those. There's a Brazilian M.U.G.E.N site that I found that has some interesting stuff. Brazil is like the spot for M.U.G.E.N, I think. I don't know. There's something about M.U.G.E.N in Brazil that just, it mends. It just is. Have fun on your M.U.G.E.Ns. Don't get too stressed out. Don't get too annoyed. You got hundreds of thousands of files to work with. Just make sure you have fun. And feel free to come by to this video as often as you need to. Even if for no reason at all. Just come by to watch this video. You just do these things. You come by, you watch this video, and your day will have gotten better. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoy the fights, and y'all have an excellent night.
Fight! 父上。おお、誰かと思えば久しいな。我ができるなら会いたくはなかった。こうなった以上ここから先に行かせるわけ。相も変わらず人間どもの味方をしておるのか。よもや奴らがお前の母親にしたことを忘れられるものか。だが母は人間への復讐を望んではいまだそんな世まい事を言うか。まあよい。今度こそ下賤な血を消し去り我が剣母の名にかけてドラキュラ再びあなたを倒す。Round 1 Fight! Level up. 終わりだ。Level up. 俺がヒートを使い。ブロンズセイントだからって甘く見てちゃうか。Farewell. Round 1
こからでもかかってきなさい。本気を出してください。悪く思わないでください。お楽しみはこれからよ。 コジャンとクルッチ
Round 1, fight!
いや
Round 1, fight! Round 1, Round 1, fight! Round 1, fight!
Sub-Zero wins.
Round 2, fight! Level on. Round 1, fight!
俺を倒そうという人間には全てこの拳で
ならば答えてもらおう。Round 1, fight!
ガンガン両面 先人甘いぞケンシロウ。
All right, now let's finish. Round 1, fight.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Round 1, fight!
てめえの炎は何色だ。
言いたいことはそれだけか。ならば
Round 1, fight.
無駄だ。邪魔だ。無駄だ。無駄だ。無駄だ。こんな。Now let's do it.
Round 1, fight!
You asked for it.
Round 2, fight!
Prepare to fight to the death.
Round 1, fight!
I'm ready.
覚悟はいいわね。
Round 1. Fight!
Feel my iron fist.
More! ごめんね。よろしくって
ウォ
よ。
ーミングアップでもするか。
Round 1. Fight!
やはり力に差があると面白くないな。
Get ready to lose some teeth! Now I feel weird! Round 1. Fight! Alley-oop! 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 Smack! Bullseye! Take it! Alley-oop! Eat this! Alley-oop! Thank you! Slick you! Alley-oop! Eat this! Alley-oop! Shot! Alley-oop! Alley-oop! Alley-oop!
Alley-oop! 一緒に行きましょう。
Fight!
このくらいじゃいったもっと来てもいいのに、どうして気持ちどうにかなりそう。ほら気持ちいい。このくらいじゃ来てないねえ。ほらもっと来てもいいのに、どうしてやめちゃうの。手を出して。どこのくらいじゃ来てないの。手を出して感じた。ほら気持ちいい。どうにか見た。ほらどうにかなりそう。どうして。どうにかなりそう。 私の前に立たないでください。
Round 1, fight!
全力で来なさい。
Round 1, fight!
まだやりますか？
Round 2, fight!
まだやりますか？
任務遂行します。
Round 1, fight!
させない。させない。
覚悟はできてるか。
Round 1, fight!
目障りなんだよ。手の内はしまいか。
かかってこい。
Round 1, fight!
こ
お相手するわ。
Round 1, fight!
口だけね。俺の出番だぜ。
Round 1, fight!
かかってきな。イエーイ。
Round 2, fight!
かかってきな。イエーイ。
あなたの正義私に示しなさい。
Round 1, fight!
くらいで覚悟こっちよ。解放した。我が刃断罪の時は終わりました。
Round 2, fight!
我が刃 緒に行きましょう。
Round 1, fight!
ほら感じる。してない。
Level on. Round 1, fight!
É inútil resistir, não tem chance de ganhar.
Round 1, fight!
bugging! Stop bugging! Tag, you're I don't think so. I don't think so. Is it getting dark for you guys too?
Round 2, fight!
Stop bugging! Stop bugging! Stop bugging! This guy's tougher than me!
KO! You're
Is it
wasting my
getting dark
time.
for you guys too?
Do you like to fight?
Round 1, fight! Round 1, fight!
I can sense your fear. I'd like to see it closer.
Round 1, fight!
Why do you fight?
あなたの生き様見せてもらいましょう。うちそこまでなの？我が心は決して折れません。打ち明けそこまでなの？遊びではないのよ、この戦いは。
You better stay outside. Ashley, go ahead.
Round 1, fight! Fight!
ドナルドは嬉しくなるとついやっちゃうんだ。
それでは
Round 1, fight!
イリュージョンエンジェルイリュージョンはいイリュージョンはいまだ戦い続けるのね。
Round 1, fight! Level up.
You've gone too far, Samson.
Fight!
Are you okay?
Dastard wolf.
Round 2, fight!
I'm sorry it had to come to this.
Round 1, fight!
さあ俺とゲームをしようぜ。そこだ。Next time, loser.
Round 1, fight!
目障りなんだよ。
悪い。
目障りなんだよ。
よっ。
目障りなんだよ。しまいか。目障りなんだよ。
来い。返すなら今のうちだぞ。
目障りなんだよ。目障りなんだよ。目障りなんだよ。目障りなんだよ。目障りなんだよ。目障りなんだよ。目障りなんだよ。目障りなんだよ。目障りなんだよ。やる手だ。目障りなんだよ。目障りなんだよ。目障りなんだよ。目障りなんだよ。目障りなんだよ。目障りなんだよ。
Level up.
ブロンズセイントだからってぶっ潰れちゃダメだぜ。
Come and get it!
I'm ready.
Round one, fight!
Level up. Round 1, fight! Level up. Round 1, fight! Level up. Level up. Level up.
あなたの生き様
俺の出番だぜ
見せてもらいましょう。まだまだね。
大いなる光とともに大いなる光とともに大いなる光とともに大いなる光とともに
そこまでなの。遊びではないのよ、この戦いは。 しておれません。あなたの生き様
あなたの
見せてもらいましょう。
私に示しなさい。
Round 1, fight!
それがIzayoiかよ。
行くぜ。
Round 1, fight!
「 こまでだ。
Squash out.